This one may be a bit of a long one, but it's something I'm very passionate about. Um, when it comes to retirement, there are 12 million businesses that are owned by baby boomers right now. If we assume that 40% will go to other family members, so we take 12 times zero point 0.6, that would end up being 7.2 million businesses that are going to transfer wealth over the next 15 to 20 years. If we pull up data from the census, from the US Census, what we see is there are a couple market segments. Hopefully that's large enough. But if you look, the micro market, this is looking from a private equity perspective. The micro market is there are 5.6 million, because it's thousands, 5.6 million businesses. And the sales would be $3.57 trillion in sales per year. And they employ 34 million or 34.7 million people, which is about 29% of the workforce. What's going to happen over the next 20 years is they're going to want to and need to retire, both for health reasons, because they want to, and because they essentially are unable to for different reasons. What we found is entrepreneurs don't tend to have the cash that's saved up. And that means that usually because they rob a pension or don't have a 401k or don't have the money saved up because it's not a priority right now. So we're going to have our people who are making, let's assume they're making about 10 to 15% of their net. Let's assume that they have, let's say, $1 million business. So if you have $1 million business, you're making between 10 and 15%. You got to call it $100,000 to $150,000 a year. Typical book value on a business like that would be, let's say, between 2 and 4 times. So you take your 150,000 being most optimistic, 150,000 times 2 would be 300,000. 150,000 times 4 would be 600,000. So you're $300,000 to $600,000. Of that, if you're getting just a check for that as ordinary income, that would end up being going half to the government. That's not much of a retirement plan. And what that means is there's a need, an incredible need, and a glut of money and businesses that are going to hit the market, and there's going to be no place for it to go. So as an entrepreneur, there's an opportunity to acquire all these businesses, and they're going to span every industry. They're going to span every size market. There may be fewer businesses that are in the upper mid-market above $100 million in revenue, but that doesn't mean that they aren't there. There's still 21,000 of them. Now, if we look at the 7.2 million, there is significant opportunity that's there. Now, we look at this from both sides. If you're on the selling side, what this means is that better businesses will sell. Similar to finishing an attic, cleaning up a basement, and finishing it out in a home. That house or home may not sell for more money, but it will sell faster if it's in a better place. And by a better place, I mean clean financials, good processes, a good team in place. And these are all basic things, a sales plan and process. These are things that are incredibly straightforward and seem simple. But as I see every single day with Optimized Owner, there are few to no businesses that have these all in place and as locked down as they think they do. So what I would say is take that time, figure out what your exit plan is. Because what we've seen from business brokers out there is that 40% of businesses that sell this year did not plan to sell in January. Again, 40% of businesses, that is a huge number of businesses where people do not plan for these events. So what we need to do is pull the things that are important and not urgent to the important and urgent time to clean up, fix, improve, and truly make a difference. Because what's riding on it is your retirement that has been underfunded, your family's health and safety, as well as your own life. So I think that it's one of the most important things that is not talked about, not discussed at polite dinner conversations, and it is one of the biggest opportunities out there. If you'd like, reach out, happy to discuss, because this is something that I am incredibly passionate about and am incredibly concerned about as a society.